Okay, I think it's live. And hi, Gina. How are you? Nice to see you here. Welcome. Let's find if everything's working. I'm trying just to remember how to do this again after I don't know several months and months. But hi, hello. Nice to see you. Nice to read you again, Gina. It's nice to find some familiar faces here, and interesting to discover that it's really live, I think. So, okay, tonight it's different because I had a lot of stories to a lot of stories to talk about because several things happened in these months and months without streaming, and why I'm doing this, why I'm here. It's probably easy to explain because tonight there are no MLB baseball. It's off season. It's not off season. It's post season, and tonight it's a free night. We are. Thank you, Ina. Thank you. Tonight there is no baseball on TV, so I actually I have better things to do, but I really enjoy this and I miss this a lot. So I'm here because I stopped working for some company, for some organization that keep me busy on weeknights. So I wasn't making this drawing live session for a month because I was busy teaching, making this kind of this streaming for some school. Not obviously not drawing, but kind of it's quite similar, I think. Teaching on weeknights, so I was very busy, and that just ended. So I had some free time right now, and I had a lot of stories to talk about. The title of this stream is because last week I attended some conference in Poliforum Leon here. I live in Leon. Do you remember? Probably from previous stream. Probably you remember. And the speaker make a joke about the resistance of his old Nokia phone, and I was thinking, okay, probably this is the most prolific meme joke material dump phone. It wasn't a dump phone in that moment, but probably there are a lot of jokes about the Nokia 3310, I think, 3310. And I was thinking, okay, probably I had something to say about that old cell phone. Now it's called a dumb phone because only make calls. And I think it's quite a common joke, just mocking about how resistant and how strong it was, that old phone, and how you can break your floor or break your pavement if accidentally your phone just fell off. So okay, let's draw an old Nokia 3310 cell phone and talk about this, because the joke was performed by the Iron Maiden lead singer. I attend a conference with him, and it's just a commonplace talking about Nokia phones. I never had one because I think from the beginning that that this specific cell phones was for me really really ugly. So I never owned a Nokia phone still today. Not Gina, because it's not baseball night, and it's probably a good idea for upcoming sessions, because again I had this plan and I want to make this very often, but no, not baseball, not tonight. And it's on the title of my stream. It's about the old gadgets that probably you missed, and I guess that you probably use and get a Nokia phone, a Nokia cell phone back then, in 25 years ago. So that's why my stream tonight, it's about old gadgets. Old gadgets that probably we miss at some point. And it's quite interesting how even now you can try to view it, and they are really really expensive, because there's a market probably based on nostalgia, and there are a lot of people trying to recover their old cell phones. So there's a huge market of that kind of old gadgets. Yes, I start talking about baseball, but I said that I'm here tonight because there are no baseball on TV. That's why I'm here, because there are no baseball. That's why I decided to make some quick streaming session and draw this old Nokia cell phone. Actually, I want to test my markers, because there are really really old markers right now. This is dated on April. Since April I didn't draw anything, so I wasn't good there, so there is no chance that I'm good right now. But as I always say, my goal is to draw better, speak better, and make better streaming. So that's why I'm here, and thanks for coming, Gina. Nice to see you. No baseball tonight, sorry. I never owned a Nokia cell phone because this is hard to say right now. Probably user experience wasn't invented in 2002, 2005. I didn't know that user experience was a thing at that moment. But at the same time, that's totally my logic about that cell phones, because some people in my family immediately get their Nokia cell phones, and I don't really understand how the system works, because since the beginning, since the very beginning, probably I didn't even own my first cell phone at that moment, and I already understand that uh, that's not a good way of button placement and how the menu is working and how everything is placed inside of the phone. I never get that logic for working in that way, so I never feel myself comfortable using a Nokia cell phone. So I never own one because actually I never understand how they work, and for me it was uh, more logical since the beginning how my first cell phone was a Nokia, was a Motorola, the little small peanut. That's the way how we knew we used to call that cell phones here in Mexico, the small little peanut. uh, I understand quite easy how everything's working in that cell phone, and I feel myself more confident, more comfortable working in my old Motorola phone. Uh, but I truly never understand how this work. Why they put this menu in this place? How they are trying? Why they are trying to achieve working in this way? I don't like it since the very beginning. And as I said, probably user experience and user interfaces um, wasn't invented at that time. But I don't understand how these cell phones work since the beginning. So I said, okay, no thanks. I don't want to own that cell phone, and I decided to move to another brand because it's more comfortable and logical for me, I think. And that's why I think I still have my, I don't remember the number, my old cell phone in a drawer or somewhere, I don't know. But I don't understand Nokia phones, and the subsequent, the more uh, when this start to develop really fast and a lot of features appear like music and different services related with all these old devices, I keep myself with that idea that okay, that's not the the best way to put all that buttons in that places, and I never ever own a Nokia cell phone. Then the company went broke, and Nokia right now is just a brand, like just like Polaroid and that other uh, used to be famous brands that right now is just the value of the name. And it's just generic Android chip phones, I think. So I never broke the floor of my house dropping this old blue cell phone. But I was thinking, listen to Bruce Dickinson a week ago. Okay, that's interesting because bye bye, Gina. Thanks for coming. I never owned these cell phones, and it's quite interesting how almost um, nothing of this is with us right now. We decided to move to a different place, and we work with a different set of systems right now. Obviously, mostly because of the original iPhone 2007, and after that was a totally different world. But Nokia is dead and probably never came back. And for me, that's okay, because as I said, I'm not hate this, but I actually never understand that system. So rest in peace and bon voyage. I used to be very, very busy on weeknights teaching on remote, and right now I off classes. So in the top of my priorities was coming back to streaming the soonest I can, and that's it. I'm here trying to draw a really old Nokia cell phone. A lot of work in these several months, like 6 months. Wow, it's a lot of time. Probably the only thing that I miss in my old Motorola cell phone back then, with my family, with the people in my family that own these Nokia branded phones instead of my Motorola, was the Snake game that is not available in my cell phone. Probably that's an interesting added value, the Snake game. I'm pretty sure that some people probably decided to buy one cell phone instead of another, instead of a different option, because of that primitive, basic, cheap games. And I just knew that I didn't have my Snake. But I'm quite happy without Nokia cell phones in my life. They probably doesn't move really fast or fast enough. The brand wasn't prepared for the upcoming times after the smartphones arrive, when the smartphones arrive. So that's why we are not using Nokia phones in this moment. At some point, I remember making some class project in the school when I was studying graphic design. Some class project about they had some period of interesting design projects, but uh, is this like the prototypes of car prototyping, when you understand that this product that you are looking at, it wasn't be available at any time, and Nokia looks interesting and promising at some moment, but mm, they at the end just disappear, and that's it. I make a post earlier today in my Instagram account with the music background of a different cell phone, and it's something that I want to move in a couple of minutes. As always, this is something really fast, and it's not complicated because I want to improve my quick doodling abilities, and that's it. Why making this live? As I said, I had a lot of free time. No, not a lot, but I had some free time right now. This is interesting for me, this is relaxing, and is at the same time helpful in my classes. I used to talk about this with my students. And I love to view markers. This white set of markers was a gift. Thanks. But I can't view new markers if I didn't use my old ones. So I'm here trying to finish my old set of markers to view new ones. On previous streams, I used a different set of music background, something Japanese or kind of. And tonight is different. I found a new YouTube channel offering copyright-free background music. And this set is called At the Laundry. All the details are in the description of this live video. Thanks to the author for forgive this permission to use his music. And it's interesting, it's for me quite relaxing. So I try to improve, I try to find how to use these streaming tools, and at the same time I try to relax after a day working at the office. If someone is there, send a message. The chat is open. And if not, it's okay. It's quite disappointing that apparently all of these markers are just working fine. So no new markers for me in the upcoming future. But I probably try to find a way. Thanks, Gina. It's not fast, it's just low quality. But it's a quick doodle, remember. Thanks for your words. Nope, it's the same green. And I try to... Okay, this is my first doodle of tonight because it was the joke at that conference. But in my Instagram account, you can follow me on Instagram. All the details are also in the description of this video. I post all the details of this transmission, of this streaming, with a song. That song is of the commercial of a different cell phone, and I want to move to that just in a minute, because as I said, I was a huge Motorola fan since the beginning, and I still remember that song. And I need to say that when I discovered that the song of my Instagram story was available for publishing of the other cell phone, I immediately smiled because of nostalgia and because of good memories. And for me, it's interesting because this is not the type of cell phone for me at that moment. And I said, I just bought my first cell phone at a Motorola, and all the time I want to own, and I never could, I never can't, a Motor Racer B3, and that's interesting, well-designed cell phone back then. And I also want to talk about the B3 of Motorola. This is interesting. I like how this is ending, and it's... Thanks, Gina. Thanks for saying that it's fast. I need a medium gray. This week I just discovered that Pantone is launching their first ever Pantone branded certified set of markers, and they look really amazing. Probably I never bought that set because I never viewed that set. I never viewed that set because obviously it will be really expensive. But oh my god, they look really amazing. Real Pantone markers. Certified, and it's not certified. They use a different word, calibrated, I think. I don't remember. But the idea is that they offer the real Pantone. It comply with the guide, with the color guide. Actually, I don't need that because I don't work with Pantone guide most of the times. There are one in my office, but it's not quite common for me to use that. I don't choose Pantone branded colors directly from the guide, but the markers just look simply amazing. Are you playing tonight, Gina? It's Fortnite Wednesday, I think. Actually, I was thinking about this because, as I said, user experience and user interfaces wasn't a thing back then. But for me, it was obvious that that's not the best way to order or to put the elements in the cell phones. And I never understand why this huge button do in the center of the screen and why two left right buttons on the right side of the phone. If you need a left button, you need to place that left button in the left side of your device. I don't like it, and I don't understand, I think, and I'm quite angry about that right now, 20 years later. And that's part of the story. Good luck, Gina, with your Fortnite session. It's a good idea. Thanks for the advice. Actually, it's a really good idea. But I tried to make a different doodle in a couple of minutes because actually I want to talk about the Motor Racer, the original Motor Racer. Tonight is October 25th, 25th, 2023. And just drop a quite light shadow beneath of the cell phone. There are snake games in your fancy Xbox. You can play Snake or something similar. I like it. I don't like how this side it's quite it's lighter, and I don't like these shades. No, this is not the right shade of blue. Probably if you try to find, probably there will be a snake related, something similar to Snake for Xbox. And this is too dark. No, I don't like this either. Oh, this is gray, not blue. And probably you can find someone interested in snake streaming sessions on Twitch. Probably. So, the main event of the night. The main event. 4 minutes. I always, all the time, since 2002, 2003, I don't know, 2005 probably, I all the time want to own a motor racer. And I still remember and I feel goosebumps when I listen the song of that commercial, because it was way ahead of their time. But I never owned my racer, and at some point, probably 2018, 2000, I don't know, before the pandemic, 2020, I tried to build one. It's a joke how expensive they are, and obviously I think it's even hard to find a SIM card. I know most of the SIM cards still had this different options. You buy the big one and you can just drop the part that you don't need. But no, I'm not viewing something about, I don't even remember, 6,000 pesos, 7,000 pesos or something like that for an old basic I was about to say that basic cheap phone. It wasn't cheap, and that's why I didn't view it. But that was really amazing. That looks really interesting. And I remember when the iPod Touch appeared. No, the iPod Nano. The iPod Nano appeared in the event when Steve Jobs at that time showed the iPod Nano. They used the motor racer as an example of how thin an iPod could be at that time, because this phone was really thin, and it was amazing, and as I said, really expensive at that moment. And right now, and it's probably a trend, people still, I'm out of camera, I'm not in my camera, I appear to be here. Okay, something's broke, I think. It was quite expensive at the end. Easy to find, but I didn't own one, and it's not for me at the time, it's not for me right now, and it's so sad. But I actually still want to own one of these. And the new one, the Razer foldable smartphone inspired in this one, Okay. Thank you, Gina. Thanks. The um, the new foldable Razer smartphone with Android and the new one, it's not the same. So, okay, not for me. Uh, I left that train pass, and that's it. I never owned my Motor Racer phone, but as I said, I still feel goosebumps when I listened the commercial, like today in the morning. It was amazing, Gina. Yes, indeed. And this had this left key on the left side of the phone and this right key in the right side of the phone, as is intended to be. Is logical, is clever, is basic, and that's why Motorola is still here. It's not the same, it's a different brand. Most of the same story. Motorola was later bought by Lenovo, I think. And long story short, is also not related with the old Motorola because it disappeared, and that was really, really sad because I was a fan of Motorola phones. You choose the new one or the old one, Gina? You prefer the new Razer phone? Uh, you probably didn't remember the old one. You are quite young, I think. That's the right answer. That's exactly the right answer. Both of them. Yes. Nope. Actually, I was hoping that all my markers were dead and I need to rush to viewing new ones. And no, so sad. Everything is working fine right now, so I'm not ready to view new markers. It's not necessary. Really sad. The sound of the markers against the paper, it's also relaxing. To clear. I'm this kind of guy with hands of intestine. That doesn't work in Spanish. That doesn't work in English. I try to take care of my things, but I'm quite sure that I can make a foldable phones last longer for me. So I'm not viewing anything foldable in the near future because it's so expensive and I think it's so fragile. So no, that's not happening in the near future. Nope. Oh, where's the middle? I'm running out of options and I can't find. My pencil is my mechanical pencil came with a pen, and I lent to someone in my office this week to sign some form, and he pointed that he used to use one exactly identical to mine, and then I discovered that it's dated back to 2007. It was 16 years ago. From 16 years ago, this mechanical pencil. So 16 years and still working, because as you can see, there are not so many streaming sessions. That's why my pencil works fine. Probably. I also post this in my LinkedIn account and, as I said, in my Instagram account. And I was thinking that probably if someone after this live session find this stream, they probably think that it's something related with cell phones. No, I don't draw cell phones all the time. I used to draw all kind of different random stuff. But tonight is about cell phones and nostalgia. Just the light small amount of red and green for answering and ending a call, and that's it. That's all the color in this keyboard. smaller Sharpies. No, no, it's on the other side. So I'm here because I had some free time on my weeknights at night. On my weeknights. Um, when this happened, or when this could happen again, I don't know. I try to make this weekly again because, as I said, I really, really enjoy this. There are no warranty, so at this time, this happened just when it happened. It's about an hour long each session. YouTube just discovered that I was using an ad blocker and they forbid me to keep using it. So I was afraid that some commercial just suddenly appear in this background music. I listen my background music from YouTube. As I said, all the details are in the description. But no, that doesn't happen, I think. I don't listen to Bananita yesterday, but I had the same issue because I read some news and I think I knew how to prevent and to keep using some ad blockers, but I'm not at that point right now. And for now, I think it's working fine. I think this shape is really, really elegant. How there is just one cut and it's 1, 2, and 3 keys in the same pattern, and the same again and again and again, and this is quite disruptive, elegant, I think. No, yes, yes. I was thinking. I was talking about the commercials because I'm not using that ad blocker right now. I was afraid that some commercial just appear. That's not the case tonight, but yes, because ad blockers are now forbidden. I think it was forbidden all the time. I think there are ways to still using that. I'm not trying that at this moment. but I was afraid that some commercial just appear in the middle of this streaming because I'm not using my ad blocker at this time. And that's it again, October 25th. And that's why I use the hyped up plus taxes with it's the name of the song that I use in my Instagram account for tonight's streaming. And that's it. And that's how this used to be. And I really miss this, and I really enjoy a lot. Thanks, Gina, for coming. Thanks if anyone catch this after the live session. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy. Hope to see you soon, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.